What's going on, guys? This is D from BeamerView, and today we're going to look at every single button on the BMW iX. Alright guys, this is probably my first time recording on the phone and doing a live voiceover, so I do apologize for all the stuttering that might happen because I do have a stutter. But I'm going to do my best to make sure that we go through this whole entire vehicle and every physical button that we have here. Oh, and before we begin, definitely check out this cool BMW Jacket. It is available in black and white. It's on Amazon.com and it's got a ton of great 5-star reviews. Link down below. Alright guys, first up and foremost, we're just going to go right into it. So we're going to start from everything on the left side and work our way to the screen and back to the steering wheel, and going over to the right, and then we're going to go down to the iDrive controller and even check out the top part right here where we have our brand new sunroof. And so, alright guys, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So basically starting over here on the left side, and I'm going to use my hand to help you guys out too. So basically we have our window controls right over here. So this is to roll down the windows. All 4 windows are actually automatic as well too, so it's very convenient. Right here we have our child lock. And if we work our way up, this is going to be the new way to control our brand new side mirrors here. And so basically you would either select whether you want the left side or the right side, and then you would just use this little dial right here to move the side mirror up and down or left and right. And then moving right along to the top, that is actually the new button to fold in the side mirrors. So I'm actually going to hit it right now so you guys can see. So that might be very convenient to use if you guys are going to be parking in a tight little spot in your garage, or maybe even parallel parked. And it might be also great to use whenever you're parallel parked in the city, so nobody bumps into your side mirror as well too. And then right over here, guys, it's going to be the new Mercedes style of seating adjustment. And so right here we can move our seat on the part where it's touching our back. And right over here we also have our bottom seat adjustment, and you can push it down, you can push it up, you could also push it forward and backward too. Very cool. And moving right along, guys, this is going to be our new unlock and lock right over here, and this is going to be the new way to unlock our door as well too. And it's not going to be like a Tesla Model X where the whole door can just unlock itself and let's just say, for example, open up the door for you. But I'll actually show you guys. If I hit it, it's just briefly gonna just open the door just a little bit, and you just give a nice little push, and it's gonna be open. Gonna close that again, and then we're just gonna start the car one more time, just so we have full access to all the features. Car comes to life. The steering wheel comes back down. But yeah, guys, this vehicle does have the Harman Kardon sound system too, which is really cool. One thing I did want to mention is that the Bowers & Wilkins 4D sound does sound really great as well too, if not 3 times better than the Harman Kardon. If you are considering getting the Bowers & Wilkins, I would highly recommend it. And right here, guys, is going to be the new lighting controls. Now BMW did make this a lot more simpler compared to the last few cars. But looking right over here, we do have our new lighting controls. If you actually hit this, it brings up a menu on the iDrive screen, which I'll show you right over here. And then we could go into further in depth to adjust the parking lights and additional settings to turn on the automatic high beams and so on and so forth. Going back right down, guys, we also have our auto headlights right in the middle. And of course, if you didn't want the headlights on at all, you just simply turn off the off switch. There we go. And coming right along, I'm trying to move the phone as slowly as I can so I don't get you guys all dizzy and all that. But right over here we have our blinker. Again, BMWs used to have BC right over here, board control, but they no longer have that. But it's going to work the same way. Blinker is left and right, and then you can push forward for the high beams, and backward for also the high beams, but if you just wanted to do a flash. Now we're looking right at the brand new steering wheel. This brand new steering wheel does look really nice, especially in person. It does feel really great as well too, especially this 10 and 2 area right along here is very nice and very thick as well too. And right over here we have our new cruise control buttons. This is going to be the on and off switch. And right over here, you can actually cycle through the different modes of cruise control. And this is going to be our our cruise control speed adjustment, and then you can also set the speed as well too. And there is no cancel button that I see, but of course you could always just hit the brake and then the cruise control will come to a stop. We do have our horn. It's right over here, a nice decent size, very nice. And moving right along to the right, we do have our multimedia controls where you can adjust the volume knob, and then you can also hit this gear icon right over here. This button is actually brand new for BMWs, and it does some really cool things. We actually just did a video on the instrument cluster and what this gear icon does, so definitely check that out. It was just done 2 videos before this one, so definitely check that out if you guys really want to go in depth with what this button does. But essentially it's going to be the new button for BC, and I'll actually hit it for you guys as well. So if I hit it, it brings up these 3 little screens where you can adjust the content, the layout, and whatever you see on the head-up display. So just quickly go through it. Layout is going to be right over here, and of course you can change your different layouts. And right over to the left side, we have our different content that you can choose on whatever's displayed, and the middle screen there. Very cool. And of course the head-up display, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but the head-up display is going to be right over there as well too, and there's different modes for that as well too. But yeah guys, you can use this little knob right over here to reset your trip meter or scroll through whatever you see on the screens. This button right here to pick up the phone call is also used to hang up a phone call too whenever you're done with the call as well too. And this right here is going to be our microphone or voice command, and I'll actually make a separate video on the different types of voice command that you can do on iDrive 8. There are a ton of different voice commands that you can now do. But 2 main ways to use this, guys. If you hit it one time, you do get the BMW voice command, and she's listening to us right now, so I'm just gonna say cancel. Okay, and then if you hold it down, my phone's not connected right now, but if you were to hold this down, you could actually get Siri to pop up on the screen too. And Siri is actually more useful in my opinion, because you can actually tell Siri to make phone calls or voice to text or text messages, and that's also a very useful thing too. And going right along to the back side here, this is going to be our wiper controls. And so a few different ways you can use this. If you just push it up one time, you would get the automatic rain sensing mode, and this little switch right here just controls the sensitivity on how fast you want the wipers to go. If I were to pull this back, then the windshield washer fluid would shoot out, and then if I were to twist this, then the rear wiper would turn on as well. And if I were to twist it further, then you could actually spray the rear glass as well too with this guy right here. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it on this side. I also but again, just to mention it again, I did do a full video on everything that you do see on the screen right here, so definitely check that out. And now moving right along to the right side, guys, we do have our center console right up here, or the center stack. But now you can see that the only climate control buttons that you would see here are just going to be the 2 side buttons, or sorry, the 2 front and rear defrosters that are going to be right over here. Those are the only physical climate control buttons that you would be seeing. But the rest of it, the climate control temperature is just going to be right along here. I know a lot of people do prefer the physical buttons, but we do have our temperature right over here now. If you did want to go more in depth with it, you just hit climate menu. And don't forget guys, you can always use the BMW voice command to tell the car what to do and when to do it. Voice command is going to be very useful for iDrive 8, so just so you guys know, definitely utilize that whenever you're trying to get to a specific setting. But yeah guys, this is going to be the climate control menu. Now you have a ton of stuff to control here. Again, no physical button for the heated steering wheel. You do have to go in here to do that. So you have another feature now with the heated seats and heated steering wheel. They have very high now, which is really nice. But again, yeah, you also have your heated seats. You got things like how fast you want the fan to blow. You got different directionals for where the air is blowing. You got your max AC here. You got sync right there as well too, which I'm glad BMW did move the sync button now. But before you couldn't even tell where it was. And that's pretty much it for the climate control menu. I'll also do a separate video on this, guys, so definitely subscribe if you want me to go more in depth with the climate. Be more than happy to. And this is going to be our iDrive 8. Again, guys, I keep on mentioning it, but we do also have another separate video for the iDrive 8 as well too, so definitely check that out. And then moving right along, we do have our hazards. That is, again, our only other physical button. And we do have our vents right along here too, if you want to open and close it. And then going right along here, this was one of the reasons why I definitely wanted to show you guys. I do apologize, the car is a little dirty and a piece of confetti is right down here too, so I'm just gonna move that aside. There we go. All right, so we have our console right down here. The new start and stop button is just going to be this guy right here now, and then this empty pocket that you see right along here, this is going to be the new place where you can hold your phone. And if we look actually deeper into it, you can actually see that is open on the bottom, and then you can actually have it connect straight to the USB-C ports that you see right down there. That is going to be right behind these cup holders that you see right over here as well too. You also have a 12-volt socket, and a wireless charging pad is going to be right where the key is as well too. So yeah, you definitely got a lot going on here that's completely brand new. And then this is going to be our new gear shifter. It does feel a little bit weird at first, but I do feel that this new gear shifter is going to be really convenient, and it is really simple to use. You don't have to move a giant stick or like a joystick, whatever. This is a really cool design. Takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you do, it's actually a really convenient, well thought out design. And then if you look right down here, the control lever, you could use to go into reverse, neutral, and drive. And a lot of people are going to be wondering what this B is. I personally don't even know either, but in my guess, it's going to stand for brake regeneration. What that also means is that that is going to be your electric car one pedal mode. So I'm not sure if you guys know what Teslas can do, but you could actually just use your accelerator pedal to just come to a stop whenever you release it too. Well, the BMW iX also has that feature too. So if you want to go down to drive and then hit it one more time down to go into B, then you can also access the one pedal mode too, which is really cool. Right down here is going to be our e-brake, but it's also going to be the new way to go into park as well too. Again, once you come to your destination, if the vehicle's in drive, you can just turn off the car, and then that will also just go into park as well too. So this is going to serve as our new park button or emergency brake. Auto H has been around for a while now for BMWs, but it stands for auto hold. And so what auto hold is whenever you have the green light on for auto hold, you can come to a stop at like your closest red light or stop sign, and then the vehicle will actually let you take your foot off the brake, and then the car will still stay in place. A really cool feature if, say for example, you're going through the drive-through, or say for example you're going through some stop and go traffic. By using Auto H, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake the whole time, which is really nice. And moving right along, we did get some more simple buttons here. We have our media, telephone, and nav. If you were to hit media, it would go to whatever's playing currently. Telephone would just bring you into the phone connection mode, or you could actually use that to go into another person's phone and even connect your phone. And nav, of course, just brings up whichever map you're currently using. If you're using a map in the Apple CarPlay, it'll go to that. But right now, since we're not connected to Apple CarPlay, you're just going to see the BMW map, which still works really well. And you do get 4 years of traffic jam assist, or traffic jam info, I should say. This is going to be the new back button right along here, and you can hit home right over here as well to go home. The new iDrive controller is not too bad. It does feel very thin in my opinion, but you can still work it the same way. I personally like the last design more, but this is actually not too bad either. You could push it, tilt it, push down on it to select it, and so on and so forth. Right down here we have our parking cameras. If I were to hit this, it's going to bring our really cool 3D view. And there's a lot going on here, so I'm just going to go left to right. And right over here, guys, we do have 4 buttons here too. We have our parking view, assist view, our panoramic view, which is really cool. It's a nice wide angle view, and then you can go hit more, and then you can actually access the car wash view, and you can actually have the car clean the camera as well too, which is really cool, really convenient during the winter time whenever you have all that salt on the camera as well too. But yeah guys, this is where you would go if you wanted the car to self-park itself. Now this BMW iX can also do front parking as well too, which is completely new, because before they could do parallel parking and they could do perpendicular, but they could only back up into the spot. Well, now the BMW iX of 2022 can actually park itself frontwards into a parking spot. And of course it still has the backup assistant, which remembers steps you use to get into your, say for example, garage, and then it'll just reverse itself out up to 160 feet. Very cool. Gonna come back down here guys, and so this button right here just brings up some driving settings on the screen as well, but this is where you would go if you wanted to turn off your iconic sounds, which is right over here. And then we also have drive off support as well, which is completely new. Driving assistance, a lot of people don't like lane departure. Well, you have lane departure warning right here if you don't like it, but this is going to be fairly the new intelligent safety. So charging as well too, if you wanted to tweak your charging on when the car will charge itself, you can actually set up your charging window. Say for example, if you just want the car to charge between 12 a.m. and 8 a.m. This is really cool. We have a ride height right along here too, and again the BMW iX and all BMWs in general can adjust their ride height, but it will only stay in that height whenever you're going about 15 miles per hour. Anything above that, and then the car will return to its normal height. And right here we have our brand new volume knob, which is very useful. I'm not going to play any music right now because we might get a copyright, but yeah, you could turn up the volume, turn down the volume, and then you can push down to mute. And our track forward and backward is going to be right along here too, left and right. So very cool. Right along here, if I hit this button, it opens up this center armrest, and there's nothing really inside here aside from a ton of space compared to the last BMW SUVs. We do have a lot of space there. Very cool. We have our passenger seat. Nothing too much going on there. We have our passenger controls. That handle right there, which you would use to open up your door, you could also use that as a phone holder as well too. So I'm glad that BMW put that design in. And then right along here, you guys might not catch this initially, but if you wanted to unlock this glove compartment, just push this down, and there you go. That's how you would do that. A lot of people might not catch that, but that's how you would do it. And then lastly, guys, moving right along to the top, we have a lot going on here. So our garage door opener is going to be right along here. There is a way to program that. I'll make a separate video on that, so subscribe to the channel if you guys want to know how to connect and sync your iX to your garage door. And right over here, let's see if I can get a good angle, but yeah guys, we have some pretty cool things going on here. We have our reading lights, which are touch. You don't have to push this in, literally just touch the icon there, and then we have that. This vehicle does have gesture control. You can tell by this little guy right over here. I'll make a separate video on the different types of gesture controls you can do. And then we have another light button right along here for the reading lights. And then the really cool one that I really want to show you guys was this button right here. This is how you're going to control the sunroof visibility. So if I were to hit this, so let me see if I get a good angle. So it's closed right now, but if I were to hit this button right along here, you can see it come alive. And then it's kind of hard to see, today is a cloudy day, but this is how it looks with it open. And if I close it, that's how it looks whenever it's closed. So it's a really cool feature. I still have a ton to learn about how that works. It's a really cool feature that I haven't seen in any other car. We do have our SOS right here. Don't worry, you can push this, but don't push that one unless you really have a emergency, because that will call BMW Assist, and then you can get roadside help, or if you just want to say hi to them, feel free. But yeah guys, hope this video kind of help it. Oh, and then I gotta hit this one right here too. So this button right over here just brings up interior lighting controls. So this button right over here, you can actually adjust and fine-tune your interior lightness, your interior lights, and then you can also control your cockpit brightness as well too. But yeah guys, hopefully this video helped you guys out a lot. This was a video that I just did live. I usually do voiceovers, so this one was probably one of the live ones that I've done. And I usually use a professional DSLR, but this was literally just done on my iPhone. I really wanted to show you guys this video, and I hope that it really helped you out. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to comment down below. And I'll be making a ton more videos too, and a lot more tutorials, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys wanted to stay in tune with that. We got a ton more iX videos coming, and a ton more i4 videos coming as well too, so definitely subscribe guys. And I hope this video will help you guys out, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.